Sustainable transportation concerns systems, policies, and technologies. It aims for the efficient transit of goods and services and sustainable freight and delivery systems. The design of vehicle-free city planning, along with pedestrian and bicycle-friendly design of neighborhoods, is a critical aspect for grassroots activities. The United States builds their transportation systems around highways. With increased maintenance, construction, and harmful emissions, the United States in no way has a sustainable system. Even with the modern environmental movement starting in the 1960s, Americans are just now realizing that something must be done to improve the sustainability of the transportation systems. Many negative effects result from the United States ignoring a sustainable transportation system. America has the lowest percentage of trips taken by walking, cycling, or public transit. Personal vehicles have become the most widely used choice of transportation, and even though it causes the United States to have the highest rate of CO2 emissions, Americans keep driving. Why hasn't sustainable transportation worked in the United States? Americans drive farther distances for both work and personal commutes. This is a result of bad city and government planning. Also, let's face it, Americans are lazy, and over 70% of trips less than 1 mile are taken by car, while in other countries, such as Germany, only 27% are. Many people would say that it's impossible for America to change their transportation systems. But why? Sure, it is going to be a difficult task because the U.S. has put time, effort, and money into highways and other aspects of the system, but it's not impossible. Change needs to start with pulling citizens in to get involved and see the values of sustainable transportation. How does the United States go about starting a transportation reform? I think it's important to realize that we may never get to have a sustainable transportation system like Freiburg, Germany, but it is smart to look at these places that have been sustainably smart with their planning and look at the features of their cities. How are they building transportation around pedestrians and cyclists? The next step is government involvement. And the good news is there are already associations such as the Rockefeller Foundation that have started moving in the right direction. The foundation is pushing both federal and state governments towards rethinking transportation policies and forming new metro planning organizations. After equipping cities with necessary space for walkers, cyclists, and metro transportation, there would need to be a push towards these new types of transportation. Strategies to get people to travel by forms other than a car might include increasing the gas prices, increasing parking rates, and making parking less available in downtown areas. I'm sure many of you are thinking, how in the world would the United States pull something like this off? Early in this presentation, I said that Americans travel farther distances, which makes car use ideal, but that is not a reason to say no to sustainable transportation. If the U.S. could build city areas geared towards walking and cycling, and use higher speed rails built for longer trips, transportation would become more sustainable than it is now. The bottom line is, an increase in transit by metro, walking, and cycling would push the United States towards sustainable transportation. Why not put effort into this new form of transportation rather than continuing with highways? Sustainable transportation only brings good to people's health and the environment. So why not be a little fitter and breathe a little cleaner air?